here it should have been updating. Sorry, it do not. So I'll continue over that. The idea is that here you will be able to see charts of how the flow of the item worked and 6 months chart of how the selling had been. And therefore you can see that it's not only in this period that you have a low churn, but it was actually in the last 6 months that has been no movement on this item. So you should actually go either discount it, you should potentially figure out how can I return the goods, or do I even have to actually write it down because the value is not moving anymore. The value item is dead for us. Then we have the inventory value over 6 months, which is an overall movement of your inventory, and the same for your WIP. And now we come to the interesting part. Now we come to the Power BI section of the. So what is Power BI and how do we work with Power BI? If we go back to the workspace, and I will go up here. First go to the Power BI app. So what we will do in Microsoft Dynamics AX7 is that we will actually ship content packs because this is the way Power BI works. We need to provide a set of data to them, and Microsoft will ship to begin with 3 content packs, one for financial performance, one for cost management, and one for retail. So these content packs will be predefined data for users. You will install the content pack and there will be all the data and all the measurements that we have made for you available. There will be some standard workspaces or dashboards like this in the content pack. So we will have a lot of charts pre-configured with data based on these measurements. And how it will look is if we go out here, so out here in the Power BI, there will be an icon for Microsoft Dynamics AX, and when you click that one, you will see the 3 content pack available for Microsoft Dynamics as a service for you to install. And once you have installed the data, you will be able to go back in to my workspace. And then you will be able to see this dashboard here in the Power BI. The dashboard is actually just an overview, and that overview can be made available on a tablet, on a phone, and so on. So managers can actually access this information on any device, anywhere in the world. If you click one of these tiles, Power BI will dig into more information about that specific measurement. So if I click on inventory here, it will go to a reporting page about inventory. And here you will see a lot more information about the inventory. I can see how inventory has progressed, the percentage in change. I can see the inventory per item group. I can see my inventory turn versus my goal. I can see my accuracy versus goal. I can also see how my net change of inventory is per classification. I can see here my purchase variances per item group if I'm doing standard cost. All of this information is instant available because we're feeding data into this content pack through an old data feed at the time and interval that is actually pre-configured by you in the Power BI. So how often do you want that update of data to run? And out here we have also the aging of inventory per quarter. And there is a lot of cool visualizations in Power BI. So this is, for instance, the inventory per site. And what we can see here is that I can actually use my fingers here, and I can actually dig in because I have multiple sites in the area of Seattle, and I can now go in here on this chart and see which location has what item group and what value and quantity available in that location. Very simple to do all of these visualizations because we have provided the data in the right format for you. It's just to figure out what is the right visualization for you to actually look at your data. And again, many different people, even they're looking at the same information, they prefer different visualizations. So it's not one fits all. And this is what is so beautiful with Power BI, because you're logging in with your credentials, so you can actually have different visualization for different users. And this is why I won't build that visualization into AX as a fixed code anymore. I will give you the data access, and then customers and partners can figure out what is the right visualization for them to look at the data. And And just to give you an idea of how many measurements and we're going to give you for cost management, and we are not even done yet, but these are all the measurements and calculated measurements that will be available to actually input and actually make visualizations on. Once you have made the visualizations in Power BI, the one you like and your dashboards, you can actually insert them in this control because AX7 will ship a control called Power BI that can be inserted into the workspaces. And once that control has been inserted, you can actually log on and then insert any Power BI visualization that you have actually added to the dashboard. So here I've added just the ones we saw with the inventory value for the current fiscal period, the inventory aging chart, and I'm also looking at my quick net change per resource group. And again, there are some issues with this VHEAD that I'm using right now, but if you're hovering over one of the components in the chart here, it will actually show you the value of that from Power BI. So the data and the volume and value of these columns are actually available in the AX, so that it actually is transferred, but it doesn't work on this box, unfortunately. You can also resize the charts when you are in AX if you want a bigger picture of that visualization. So you can also, what I call massage the visualization a little bit in AX. It is not at the stage where you can do everything yet, but this is what the BI team is working heavily on to actually extend the capabilities. It will update on time, so when the period change in AX on the dashboard, it will also update the visualizations if you put them on the correct time, so they can actually update based on time. So when you change date interval or date on your workspace, they will also change date in the Power BI visualizations in the workspace. You can also delete at any given time any visualization that you like. I will also try to see if I can open up actually the connector here. It is a really slow VM that I got here, and that's why some of this is not showing. Not coming up. But what will come up when you press up there is really a dialog out here, and it will show you all the workspaces in Power BI that you have access to. And then you can actually list, and it will list all of the visualizations that you have. And you can simply click, 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 and say OK, and it will actually upload them into the workspace. It's so simple. Just a few clicks, and then they're there. If you have visualization inserted into the workspace and you want to know more about that area, you can actually also click the visualization, and then the visualization will actually open up in Power BI. So if you have one of the visualization, which is normally again from the dashboard, it's an overall visualization, but you need to dig into the numbers of that visualization. You simply click the visualization in the workspace, and it opens up Power BI and bring you to the report page, not to the dashboard in Power BI where it is coming from, but to the report page where that visualization is, because then you will have more detail about that specific area already available. And then there is all the cool stuff in Power BI once you are here, is that you can click in the charts in Power BI as well, and then all of the components, they are actually interconnected. So if you click on a resource group that I did here, in my inventory, all of the components in that reporting page, because they're interconnected, will actually filter to only look at data that are related to that resource group. So you really have a lot of capabilities of now getting insight into your numbers and get an overview of a lot of measurements at the same time. And it's really, really simple. Sorry, I will have to stop because it keeps just not doing what I expected to do. We have 10 minutes left, so I'll again say, if there's any question, please raise them to me here. Then we have time for that, because this one will not work at all, it seems like. Are there any